Hi everyone, welcome to the Bio Edge.
One doesn't associate wildfires, bushfires, grass fires with the kind of situation where the ground is soggy and boggy enough for crustaceans such as crayfishes to occur. One does not visualize a situation in any ecosystem where the climate could be dry enough to promote grass fires or sedge fires or wildfires, at the same time as the climate being wet enough to suffice for the watery needs of essentially aquatic organisms such as burrowing crayfishes. And yet that combination is exactly what one finds in one particular ecosystem in Tasmania, Western Tasmania, and the southernmost parts of the Australian mainland in the states of Victoria and New South Wales. And we're talking about the Buttongrass moorlands dominated by a sedge in the Cyperaceae called Gymnocoenus. Now, to look at Buttongrass moorland at a distance would look like a rather dull and rather hummocky grassland with very few, if any, trees, a few shrubs dotted here and there, and for most of the year, puddles lying around, dark tan-colored puddles in between the hummocks of the sedge. So if you can visualize yourself walking through a buttongrass moorland in Western Tasmania, what you're dealing with is level or slightly sloping terrain under a very rainy climate where there's no real dry season at any time of the year. It's cold enough in winter to have snow. It's always rather cool. It's never hot. It's never really an environment where the climate would suggest the possibility of wildfire, because not only is the climate rainy with 2 meters or more of rain every year, but the sedge itself is often soggy because it's either drizzling or misty, and the ground is virtually permanently waterlogged and wet enough for crayfishes to live in and amongst the tussocks. And yet, here we have a vegetation type which not only burns regularly, but it is in fact maintained by fire. The whole existence and ecological dominance of buttongrass, Gymnocoenus, in the buttongrass moorlands of Western Tasmania is contingent upon regular combustion of the tussocks, and sometimes combustion also of the peat laid down in the boggy conditions by these same tussocks of sedge. And in the bio bullet describing the situation, what Anthony Mills and I have done is to point out that this example really shows a fundamental theme in ecology, which is often overlooked, and that is that although plants can be the victims of fire, and plants can be shaped by fire in the way that other physical variables of the environment shape living things, nonetheless, it's true to say that in many respects, fire is a biological function of the plant, which has evolved into the plant, and in that sense, the plant, Gymnocoenus, buttongrass, is actually in control of the fire. And this is based on the observation that the flammability of buttongrass, the concentration of hydrocarbons that are produced by photosynthesis in the dull green above ground material of this sedge, have been put there by evolution precisely to promote wildfire and to allow nutrients to be recycled even in a climate and on a soil that is ostensibly very poorly suited to combustion. So what's the moral of the story in terms of biology and ecology and evolution? Well, it is that fire has become a biotic phenomenon as much as an abiotic phenomenon, and plants like Gymnocoenus, the buttongrass, actually deploy fire even in climates that are not conducive to fire in order to recycle nutrients. And in the process of doing that, they exclude competitive plants such as shrubs and trees. And so we can learn a great deal from this surprisingly fire prone and surprisingly boggy and crayfish ridden vegetation type stuck away down under in the far southern island of Australia in the form of button grass moorland. And until next time, looking forward to seeing you here at the Bio Edge, and it's bye for now.